Hey everybody.
Alrighty.
Welcome to the Saturday Chat.
Welcome.
Where Dave and I chat about the song that we're going to be doing tomorrow for the Sunday shout out.
And I think it is a chat. I don't think it's really ever devolved into an argument yet.
Yeah, that's not us really. Yeah. I was going to say we could do something about that, but that's just not us.
So this week we had such a good response from the post-Beatles, George Harrison.
Yes. Isn't it a pity last week
that we decided to go for another Beatles, post-Beatles offering, Working Class Hero by John Lennon. Another one of my favorite post-Beatles songs by a Beatle.
It's really a fantastic song.
It really is.
About the working class. And I read a quote from John Lennon. He said it's a revolutionary song, and he really considered himself a working class person, or rather someone who had been set to go into the machine of the working class.
And he, channeled the thought of revolting against that into a song.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is and it's like we're going to dive right into it today, like with some hard opinions, because you just dove right in on me. And there's a big backlash lately against this song. Well,
lately?
And I think a lot of times there's been a big
This is from 1970. How come there's a big backlash lately?
Well, a lot of people will say that, like, well, he was a champagne socialist, and that he wasn't
because he had
wasn't
money?
in touch with the working class, and
because of the success of his art.
I gotta just say this, like, right off the bat, there is a big elitism about some people that have they identify, like, identity politics, like they identify with a cause, like a working class thing. And it's not just working class. This goes for the broad spectrum of identity politics, you know? And that is that there's an elitism of, like, because you're not one of me, you can't support what I do, or you can't fight with me.
So he can't be an ally?
And I think that is complete and utter BS, honestly.
I'm going to agree with you, because I feel like there's people that run in different spheres of influence, that if they see a cause, even though that they're not in the middle of the cause, if they can put a light on the cause through their art, or through their talking about it, through enlightening their friends in the separate sphere of influence about, hey, there's a problem, we should probably look at it. Like, there's things going on in other countries. Mm-hmm. There's things going on in other, like, within other groups of people that I'm not a part of, that I care about.
Right.
That I think, like, just raising awareness about the problems can help take the power away from those that are causing the issues.
You see it across all fronts, right? Like, a lot of it's hot button issues, but it could be racism. Well, you're not that race, so you can't have an opinion. Oh, it's a woman's issue, it's not a man's issue.
That's why allyship is important.
People may have opinions about it, and, like, sometimes obviously, like, somebody else's opinion about your body, like, that's a non-issue. Like, that shouldn't even be a thing.
Autonomy is important.
Bodily autonomy is important, but that doesn't mean that people can't have feelings about things that they aren't directly related to, and they can't sing songs about it. And I think that this song has been misinterpreted in some ways, because they say, well, John Lennon didn't really offer. He was just turning down his nose at the working class people.
Oh,
and
I disagree.
That he was, he didn't offer any solutions, just, like,
through the course of the
machine,
song.
he just, like, said that the machine was screwed up, but didn't really offer any way to fix it.
Okay.
And I think that, well, I
have opinions.
I have opinions too. I told you we're hopping right in.
Let's go.
So one of their biggest selling points, and then I'll kick it to you. And
I've put down my coffee.
One of the biggest things that they say is because, like, the closing line, and, well, if you want to be a hero, just follow me. And since they call, that triggers them in saying that, well, he basically, did this thing. But I think that line actually refers to, if he was a working man, like, it's the character in the song of saying, like, the character's done all this stuff, like, he's in the machine, and if you want to be a hero, then it's like a sarcasm, or like a juxtaposition of, like, well, just do what the working class does, and you really are a hero to actually go through all that bullshit.
I think it's a little different. I have a differing opinion on that specific thing, because in that now I'm forming my opinion currently as I'm speaking. So I do leave room to change my mind. Okay.
Bring it.
So he's very thoughtful about how he does his phrasing. And the last two lines, which is a line repeated, is if you want to be a hero, well, just follow me. Right. He doesn't say if you want to be a working class hero,
right,
then just follow me. He's talking about exiting the machine through the form of art.
Yeah, maybe
that's what I believe. And even if your body is still linked to the machine so that you can do things to survive, like so you can make your paycheck and support your family or be part of like the society that you're part of. Like if you're in the machine, you can still use art as an escape from the drudgery of the thing, from being stuck in it in here. Yeah. Like your body might still be like you have to do certain things in order to get food.
Let's just acknowledge this too, right? Like the word follow has a whole different connotation now than it did in 1971 or 2 when this came out. So like now followers immediately socialize with, like, it's almost like
social media.
Follow social media and like you idolize somebody.
Totally different.
And then I think we can agree that that's not the direction he meant.
No, I think it's
like
more
follow
like
me as like a worship thing. It's
do as me.
Like
do as me.
And maybe not even do as me, like do something like me, then just ignore this
Follow
system.
My lead is what I got. It's like follow my lead out of it.
Because that's what people use as like saying it's condescending, like because like, of course this is years after the Beatles, he's already made like a lot of money. He's very notorious.
Notorious, yeah.
So, that's what other people have said that it's a condescending song. I don't think that it's a condescending song. I choose not to take it that way.
No, and I do think it has to be like it is part of how you approach the song. So where you're at is how you receive the song. So where I am, I do use art as an outlet from the common, like the wheel, the everyday, the routine. Like you come out of the routine and do art because it's beautiful. We've been
socialized to think that, right? Like there's only one way to get ahead. And, this generation, I will say this for this generation, a lot of people will say that they're lazy and all that, and, but I mean, our parents' generation said that about us when we were young, So that's an ever-returning wheel. There's one thing in the newest generation that I recognize, and while some of it can be lazy, I do appreciate their acknowledgement that time can't be replaced by money. That like money is not the end all be all, and that life experiences matter.
Yeah.
And I think that that is a big core of what the song is about, in a roundabout kind of way,
I think acceptance of the thing is what this song is trying to like kind of pop you out of, because sometimes if your role models have done a thing, their role models did the same thing. You're generationally in this cycle.
And there used to be a way to get ahead that way.
You don't know different though.
Right.
There is no different because you haven't been shown any different, and no light has been shined on that, hey, maybe this the only thing I've ever known, is a problem.
Yeah.
Maybe what I've signed on for is a problem, and it's not too late to choose a different path. It's not too late to show my children a different path. Like that other things are more
something
important.
We've done more recently, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we worked in a perpetual cycle, and a lot of people don't know this about us, but we had it wasn't a lifelong business, but it could have become a lifelong business. Landscaping company, we worked very hard because we could work it around our music schedule. But you can't be a slave to two masters. Like this is a teaching of many philosophies throughout the world and many religions throughout the world.
And we lived it and
proved it, right? That you can't, one becomes to overtake the other in any aspect of your life, So what happened is that like the business starts to become too big, and the dedication to the music and the crafts and what we felt was our calling became less and less. So recently we've gone. So
then you become, instead of it serving your purposes of living and helping to,
you start to serve it,
boost your life. Yeah.
Right. and you start to
Become slave
exist
to
for
it, yeah.
the business, and whether you look at that as like the work or the clientele or the ever increasing expenditure of money that you naturally accumulate,
or the expenditure of mental space and emotional energy. Like there's so much that has to go into it that steals from, like, if you can imagine the scales, if you're putting so much into this thing, it's just like before long you have nothing left to give to the thing that you feel is your calling because you're busy.
So this year we made that leap and we took that jump, right? So we've been exiting that business and moving into full-time music for some time now, and I would say that we're mostly there. It is a challenge, especially at our age, you know. So but we have had viral successes and things that show us and encourage us to keep going.
For sure.
I mean, because otherwise, if it was just like beating your head against the wall, then I think it would have been a delusion, you know?
Yes. Well, I'm constantly encouraged, and I know I've said it a lot, but I'm constantly encouraged by the comments that we get off of our YouTube videos.
You know,
they're fantastic, and I look forward every week to reading the comments for the shout out. And like, I even jumped the gun a little bit, and I'm like 7:00 on Sunday morning, I'm like, who said anything? Why is nobody here yet? And I'm like, it's only like nobody's awake yet.
Another hour. So we should, and I would like to say, you know, just one of those things that shows how it's going and the encouragement we've had. We had 1 month where we lost 2 shows because of weather.
Yes.
2 shows because of weather.
Which is significant to our budget.
And one of our longtime followers, not knowing this, just decided to gift us some money for the years of enjoyment, he said, that he's had through our channel on PayPal. And the gifts were equal to the money.
It was perfect.
The money that we lost from the gigs.
When I say
it made our mortgage that month.
It really did. When I say that this gift brought me to tears,
it's bringing you to tears now,
it is. Because it was so it's like not, it's you guys chiming in and going, this has value to me. And it's also at the same time the universe saying you're on the right path.
Right.
You're doing the right thing and rewarding the work of your soul. I don't know how else to.
And we had
so that we can not put so much energy into the worry over the physical things.
For sure. And that was just one time. And we had another time that we were worried. It was a very slow month. Was it January or February? And we had found that we'd known our song had gone viral, but we didn't know how
October.
much.
Yeah, Hello October.
It was Hello October. And we saw that it was getting thousands of plays or millions of plays on Instagram. And it was
which I find hard to fathom.
It was being
it's still hard
to like 175,000 reels at the time. But we didn't know how much that would pay, you know, and we'd never, like, from syncing and stuff like that, like, it's usually anywhere from like the cost of a cup of coffee or maybe like a Netflix subscription for a couple months, you know, but this was more equivalent to a month's mortgage, you know, so it's been just like sometimes we don't know where it's coming from.
We don't.
As musicians.
We're keeping faith.
And, you know, we've been trying to be good stewards, but it's been awesome to see how the music has been received in a way and people are in tune with the need. It's really beautiful.
So with like this huge surgence of AI in, it seems like all facets of our life, I like to say as technology grows, I would like to have a revolution toward a renaissance again, where humans are making a bunch of art.
Yeah.
Whether it's music or painting or sewing, like whatever your chosen art is. Wouldn't it be wonderful if AI did truly just kind of, you run the mundane, you do the dishes and the washing, and we'll make the art.
Indeed.
Because I'd love to, and also anytime any of you want to share any of your art in any medium, send it to us. I so enjoy not just comments, but also links to your videos that you've done.
We appreciate people sharing that.
Send us stuff.
We try to look at them all. We're not good at commenting as much because we have a lot of time invested in responding to our own comments.
Yes.
But
do know that we watch.
And we do appreciate the sharing. And a lot of times we answer our comments from a desktop. It's a lot easier. But then when we're viewing other people, a lot of times it's through like a
mobile. And we're often on the road and doing things where we can't.
Listening it together in the car or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
but we are listening and we are watching.
I think
thank you.
It's a very interesting talk that we had today, and I'd really like to know what all the listeners think.
Yeah.
So here's the question this week. Is John Lennon working class hero or working class zero?
Rude.
Let us know. Let us know what you think down below. And
we'll see you tomorrow for the shout out.
We'll see you tomorrow for the shout out.
Thank you for joining us.
Visit our website and get the hat, get the t-shirt with the new logos. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. I'll pick my coffee back up now. Good chat.